Big story breaking at this hour. The ED has summoned Robert Vadra in the Shikopur land deal case. It's the second summon to Robert Vadra. Earlier, he skipped summons on the 8th of April. The allegations against Robert Vadra is that his Skylight Hospitality purchased a 3.5-acre land parcel at Shikopur in Gurgaon from Omkareshwar Properties in February 2008 for the cost of 7.5 crore rupees. Well, after obtaining a commercial license, Skylight Hospitality sold this property off to DLF for 58 crore rupees. The ED is now suspecting that he laundered this money. That's the case against Robert Vadra. That's the reason why he's been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in the land deal case once again. ED summons to Priyanka Gandhi's husband, Robert Vadra. Priyanka Gandhi, the MP from Wayanad and Gandhi sign, where he has been summoned. He had in fact skipped the first summons that was issued to him in the past. The Enforcement Directorate summoning Robert Vadra in the Shikopur land deal matter. The second summon to Vadra. Earlier it skipped the summons on the 8th of April. The allegations against him is that Vadra's Skylight Hospitality purchased a 3.5-acre land parcel at Shikopur in Gurgaon from Omkareshwar Properties in the year of 2008 for 7.5 crore rupees. Well, after obtaining a commercial license, Skylight Hospitality sold this property to DLF for 58 crore rupees. ED suspects that Vadra laundered this money. Well, that's the allegation against him, and that's the reason why ED has summoned Robert Vadra once again. I'm going straight across to Amit for more details on that story. Amit, take us through what is expecting given this summons, because he's been named in the probe case in the ED charge sheet as well.
Well, Sneha, this is in connection with another ED case. Robert Vadra has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in the Shikopur land case. And this is the second summon that has been issued by the Enforcement Directorate. The first one was on 8th April with the skip. What is important to note out here that Robert Vadra's Skylight Hospitality had purchased their claims that the company had purchased 3.5 acres of land in Gurgaon, Shikopur, at worth of 7.5 crore rupees back in 2008. And what it is also being claimed viewed as of now is that this particular land parcel was sold at 58 crore rupees. So agencies are probing at the money laundering aspect in this particular case, and that is why the second summon has been issued to Robert Vadra. And remember, the first one that was issued was on 8th of April, which apparently Robert Vadra had skipped. Back to you.
Give us a sense of what has Robert Vadra said so far in this entire matter, Amit.
Well, Sneha, if you look at the details or the allegations which are there, it was Robert Vadra's company, which we are being told that had purchased the land parcel back in 2008, and this land parcel was later on sold to the DLF Properties. So the agency is looking at the angle of money laundering, whether this land parcel was purchased at a lower rate and sold at a much higher rate. Is there a possibility of money laundering aspect in this particular case that's being looked at? And that is why Mr. Vadra has been summoned by the agency. And this is the second summon which has been issued to Robert Vadra. Back to you.
To Robert Vadra, of course, as far as this matter is concerned, given the proximity to the Gandhi family and to the Congress, the expectation is that the Congress would obviously say this is a conspiracy against the Gandhi Parivar, against the Vadras as well, isn't it? Amit.
Yes, Sneha. We have seen that even in the past cases where Ms. Vadra was summoned by the Enforcement Directorate, and you would very specifically remember the kind of summons that were being sent out ahead of the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Back then, the Congress party had completely backed, or rather the Congress party workers were the ones who were actually speaking about political vendetta and political conspiracy against the Gandhi Parivar. But this time around, we'll have to see because there are no elections around the corner right now. Only one that is to be happening in 2025 is the Bihar Assembly elections, which is far off. So whether a similar kind of protest could be organized by the Congress party workers or somebody, the Congress leadership could enter the fray to defend Robert Vadra, that is to be seen. But certainly in the past, as you're also mentioning, and specifically in that particular timing of 2019 Lok Sabha election, we had seen as to how the Congress workers and several leaders had aggressively decided to defend Robert Vadra and called out the investigations by the agencies as political conspiracy.
You know, this is a case of suspicion, Amit, of money laundering. Talk to us about what are the specifics of what the ED thinks is the wrongdoing here.
Well, Sneha, you know, if you look at the charges or the allegations or the probe angle, what is to be seen out here is that the land parcel which was purchased at 7.5 crore rupees, 7.5 crore, when it was sold to the DLF, the amount of this sale price increased to 58 crore rupees. So, is there a money laundering case here? Was it underpriced when Mr. Vadra's company bought that land parcel? All these angles will be also looked into by the investigating agency, and that is precisely possibly the angle on which Robert Vadra could be questioned in this particular case. Back to you.
Be with us, Amit. In fact, Munish is also getting in more details. Munish tracking the enforcement directorate and other agencies for us. This is an ongoing matter, Munish. Talk to us about what is the possible wrongdoing here, because the court in the past had also said, in the past, I beg your pardon, the Haryana, in fact, had said, in fact, that there is no wrongdoing in this particular DLF land deal with Skylight Hospitality. So what is it the ED, what is it that the ED is suspecting now, Munish?
Well, Sneha, ED is suspecting it is nothing but money laundering. Remember, according to the allegations, Robert Vadra's Skylight Hospitality bought the land, 3.5 acre of land in Shikopur of Gurugram for merely 7.5 crore in 2008. But later, the same land was sold to DLF for 58 crore rupees. So ED suspects that this is nothing but money laundering. More than 45 crores was laundered by Robert Vadra's Skylight Hospitality, and that is why, the Enforcement Directorate has called Robert Vadra to appear today before their headquarters in the national capital. Earlier, he was called by the ED on 8th of April, but he asked ED for more times, and today he has been called again. So far, ED sources have told India Today that Robert Vadra will be appearing today in some time. Now, as far as, the allegations are concerned, remember, in this case, Sneha, the first FIR was registered by...
Just come back to you in a moment from now, Munish, for more details on that story.